Go ahead and cue this Stark up, and I think it is going to be Tina, Dead or Alive, versus Poison. I feel like it's a pretty reasonable matchup. So let me hit that button and tell the internet we're here.
Hoi!
Trying to make sure everything is where it's supposed to be. It's kind of a scramble setting this show up tonight. Big moonsault double stomp from Poison, and another one goes up top again, and this time big moonsault, but Tina able to get a hand on the ropes.
Yeah.
Locking it in that figure four. That down forward throw of hers, but Poison once again going to the moonsault, and that comes got to be it. 3 count fall. As Poison is the victor in tonight's contest. Alright, well, Blake's House Wrestling fans, let's get ready. We are about to go live with another episode of Blake's House Wrestling. So go ahead and get on your feet, make some noise as we begin another week of Blake's House Wrestling. And welcome to another episode of Blake's House Professional Wrestling. If you were tuned in last week, we had one hell of a show. There's still fallout of the Judgment Pro Wrestling special. Of course, we saw A-Man defend JPW Gold for the first time ever on Blake's House programming. I think the other big story coming out of last week's program, The Firm besting Robert Walsh and John Newton in tag team action. But they're going to have to take their eyes off of Robert for just a moment, as they will have to defend the Blake's House tag team titles against the Sins brothers this evening. And that's going to be in tonight's main event. Of course, we've got a stacked card. Before we get into that contest, of course, we have the staple that you have come to expect week in and week out. Of course, I mean the Mag.Lo Open Challenge. In addition to that, we have Team WWE defending their King of Fighters TV title against a pre-selected team on this week's contest, as well as a whole host of other wrestling matches to get to this week. And we want to go ahead and get started here. We are actually going to be going live from Japan. Let's see. Let's see here. As Alphonso continues his Japanese excursion, this time going SWA rules action against Suzuki Goon's Glass Cannon, Minoru Suzuki. We're going to have to see just how well he handles himself against a legend in the mixed martial arts world. But let's go ahead and get into that contest right now. So starting things off strong, grabs an arm drag, but looks like he's going to try and strike it out with Suzuki, and that is so dangerous. Suzuki, those forearm smashes, so extremely deadly. Big knees to the gut, but Alphonso to his feet quickly. Headlock takeover from Suzuki. Suzuki, definitely the more experienced grappler. Alphonso is going to have to use those quick bursts of power moves that he's so effective with. But he's going to struggle to get there. Suzuki, ooh, big low roundhouse taking Suzuki's legs out from under his leg. Suzuki responding back, starting to work that arm of Alphonso. Big belly-to-belly overhead suplex. And Alphonso, Suzuki just circling each other in the ring here. Alphonso shot into the ropes, but back switch. But Alphonso has it scouted. An excellent counter protecting himself from Suzuki. Ooh, Alphonso going early. Fireman's carry buster, but Suzuki to his feet immediately. It is going to take more than that to bring down the leader of Suzuki-gun. Suzuki seemingly just taunting Alphonso with that slap across the face. Big hip toss from Alphonso. Suzuki once again continuing to work that arm. I gotta figure maybe that's part of his strategy. Take away some of Alphonso's power. As Suzuki comes out on top in that strike exchange, but big spine buster from Alphonso. Follows it up with an absolutely gorgeous drop kick to the chest. Double underhook face buster. But Alphonso not finished yet. But that gave Suzuki just a moment to start unloading with those open palm strikes, and those forearm smashes once again just so deadly from Suzuki. Somebody that embodies Japanese strong style. A man that has gone to war with elite strikers in New Japan. And Alphonso has to contend with that. And once again, going to that fireman's carry buster. Right into a DDT. And that's got to be the strategy that's going to pay the most dividends for Alphonso. Going head-to-head in a striking contest with Suzuki is so difficult. Suzuki's also just such an effective grappler. Ooh, back switch. And immediately locks on that sleeper hold.
Give up.
And that's exactly what I'm talking about. Alphonso is going to have a great deal of difficulty out wrestling Suzuki here. But Alphonso does hit that reverse DDT. And that's going to start Mario's count for the first scored knockdown of this contest. Alphonso dazed and catch a massive boot to the face.
Give up.
Once again, another fireman's carry buster, but Mario not electing to start the count here. Alphonso just trying to get him to flinch there. Ooh, that Tony John knee strike. That is going to start Mario's count, and Alphonso is up 2 knockdowns to 0.
Give up. Give up.
Suzuki now continuing to work that arm. That appears to be his strategy in this contest. Ooh, slamming Alphonso into that corner turnbuckle, but Alphonso coming back. Just coming out of that turnbuckle like he was shot out of a cannon, but Suzuki once again going to that flying arm bar here.
Give up.
And that's going to conclude round 1. If you had to ask me what my scorecard looked like, I would possibly give that a 10-8 score in Alphonso's favor in the first round, and he appears to be coming out strong in round 2.
6.
Big belly-to-belly overhead suplex from Alphonso, but Suzuki will fight on. Alphonso shot into that corner turnbuckle. And Suzuki just putting the boots to him in the corner. Just absolute disrespect, grinding those boots across Alphonso's face. And then once again locking on that cross arm breaker.
Give up. Give up.
Seems Suzuki has targeted a body part, but thus far it has not been enough to put Alphonso away. Alphonso dazed on the outside, but he will be allowed to come back into the ring, and we are going to settle this inside the confines of the squared circle. Now Suzuki believes he's got the upper hand, but Alphonso, big belly-to-belly suplex, shooting him into that red Gatorade turnbuckle. And lifting and dropping Suzuki for his second knockdown this round. He is one knockdown away from victory if he can score one in the next 7 minutes. Nearly unable to get up there at the count of 10, but that will do it. That leaping cutter. And Alphonso's Japanese excursion seems to be going somewhat successfully. It's possible that he is vying for the Shoot League Championship if he is training with Suzuki in SWA Rules action. We will have to check back on him when he makes it back into the States. But, of course, we are going to be following Alphonso's Japanese excursion for its entire duration, so be sure to check back on that next week. And I believe something is going on backstage. If we can just get a camera back there, give me just a moment here.
Yeah, I mean, like, it was a JPW show, I get that, but, like, it's still Blake's House Wrestling. Like, there could have been a little bit of anything, like, with any of us. Like, but it was just all JPW the entire time, and, like, I'm over it. Like, I think it's time that we start making some changes. See if we can stir up a little trouble. Yeah, I know you're not scheduled, Blake. Like, that's why I'm telling you, you need to get in that Ferrari that you bought with your Blake money, and you need to get down here, because me and Jamel are going to start causing some problems. It's time for some change. Yeah, that's exactly right. If you want change, sometimes you got to take matters into your own hands. All right, no, don't get pulled over. Like, I hear you revving. All right, cool. Yeah, get me a Frosty from Wendy's if you're stopping for food on the way. Just get down here. I'll see you in a bit. Christ.
And something is brewing with Holloway and his stable of competitors, but we need to... Looks like we've got a match going on right now, so we will have to wait and see exactly what he's got planned later on in tonight's show, as we have the Worzallas in tag team action here. And they are going to be going up against the dynamic duo that is Admiral Funk and GDX. Admiral Funk, of course, the captain of the SS Pimpin' and manager of his own wrestling stable, bringing one of his closest allies in the world of professional wrestling into tonight's contest. Big punch to the gut from Admiral Funk here. Looks like Worzallas and Bishop just trying to figure each other out. Ooh, big pile driver. And a knee right to that lower abdomen of Worzallas. Looks like the two just trying to figure each other out at this stage of the match. Let's see where this goes, and it looks like Bishop is in control, but elects to bring GDX into this contest. And big double power bomb, followed by a double knee drop. GDX, of course, well-known striker, gets that mount position, but Worzallas powers out of it. Worzallas tagging Christine into this contest, but that superior striking ability from GDX, just able to break up that double team. But Christine unconcerned. She starts to stretch GDX out in the center of the ring. Big punch to the gut, but pump kick powers out of whatever she has going there, and Harada is down. Tried to cross the ring at an inopportune moment, and it looks like Harada's been busted open, guys. Ripcord Lariatol from Admiral Funk as Christine is shot into that blue Gatorade corner. Big lift and slam to the outside. And that's going to clear off both aprons as Worzallas swinging wildly with that steel chair, unable to find its mark, but that is something you are going to have to keep a close eye on as Worzallas grinding his elbow into the side of Bishop's head right over that steel chair. Just adding injury to insult with that maneuver. Bishop goes for a cover, only gets a count of one. Big headbutt from Worzallas, and we're going to bring Christine back into this contest. Christine saving her husband, but ooh, massive belly-to-belly suplex, but overshoots that chair just by such an insignificant margin, but it is just enough to clear it. These two competitors now slung it out. Christine pushing Bishop back toward the center of the ring, but Bishop getting the better of her in that exchange. Massive brainbuster, and that's going to set GDX up onto that top turnbuckle. And shotgun dropkick off the top. And GDX in total control right now. Rolls through, cover 1, 2. And that was nearly enough right there. And that's going to bring Worzallas in. Sandwich lariat, just crushing the chest and back of GDX as Christine once again just locks on that hold there. And Christine now bringing Worzallas back into this contest. You've got to figure that devastating Shining Wizard from GDX. You've got to figure that Worzallas really wants to hit that patented Worzallas elbow drop, but thus far the team of GDX and Admiral Funk not giving him an opportunity to do so. Big belly-to-belly suplex, and this time landing directly onto that steel chair placed in that blue Gatorade corner. Worzallas never afraid to play a little bit dirty when they have to. And both aprons cleared out here. Worzallas cover 1, but only 1 as Bishop able to kick it. Oh my god. 1, 2, 3 power bombs. And Bishop goes for the cover, but Christine makes the save. And Ian Bishop not happy about that, just tossing Christine to the outside. Oh my god. And this time it is Ian Bishop able to power out of that double team offense. Team of Bishop and Kelly looking just a little bit more coordinated in tonight's contest. And another Shining Wizard, and Christine may be concussed. we will have to update you guys on the status of Christine as we get more information, but Harada throwing up the X, that match is over. Christine escorted to the back, and she will be receiving medical attention immediately. The Worzallas on a little bit of a slide in recent weeks. You know, since Sterling leaving Chris Worzalla to set out on his own, it really feels like there is something missing from this team. They can't seem to get it together. And this injury to Christine will only set the team back further. So hopefully it is nothing serious. As I said, we will update you as soon as we get more information. But we need to get into our next contest on tonight's show, so let's go ahead and do that now. As we were able to get Terrell in some triple threat action on tonight's show. Of course, it should be noted. Well, let's go ahead and get into this contest, and we can kind of go over to the tail of the tape here.
Fight!
And as I was about to say, it should be noted, Terrell has still not participated in a singles contest since winning the Blake's House Heavyweight Championship. Ooh, 3K from Kurt London and Terrell here. So Terrell desperately needing to de-rust here as Sterling is very openly chasing his title. But you got to wonder if Terrell not participating in singles action may be intentional. That he'd made it to the top of the mountain and wants to hold on to that title any way he can. Kurt London backslide, but Terrell kicking out even before Mario's hand able to hit the mat. Back switch and bulldog from Kurt London. Big pump kick from Holloway, but Terrell shooting him into that corner turnbuckle. But Holloway knows just how dangerous Terrell is in that corner turnbuckle.
One.
Right now, Holloway and Terrell battling it out. Kurt London left on the outside. I'm sure he is not at all happy about that. He takes on Terrell, but Terrell more than happy to lift him and drop him into the mat. But Kurt London so extremely agile. Evades Terrell there. Terrell unable to see that forearm smash coming. Massive gorilla press from Terrell, just planting Kurt London to the mat. London going for that tornado kick, sidestepped by Holloway here. But excellent bit of triple threat strategy. Ooh, that one will connect to the back of Terrell's head.
Give up.
All three competitors just battling it out in this blue Gatorade corner. It is absolute chaos in this section of the ring. Big body press from Terrell, but only a count of one as Holloway able to kick out. London once again going for that tornado kick, will not find its mark. Terrell suplex to the outside, and once again London and Terrell alone in the center of the ring, but leaping cutter from London, but Holloway able to get the best of that situation, getting a count of 2 before London able to get his shoulder off the mat. Holloway shooting Terrell in the corner, but sees Kurt London coming from the side here. That's excellent awareness. Hold on just a moment here. London grinding and Frankensteiner off the top rope. Kurt London, of course, constantly the showman. As I said, a man whose spotlight is never too bright.
Yes.
Right now, all three competitors just...
1, 2.
And Kurt London very nearly able to steal one there on the champ. Big elbow to the side of the head. Flashing elbow, but Holloway immediately to his feet. Big backbreaker, and Terrell burning hammer, but Holloway is going to roll away to the outside. He will not be able to be pinned, but that is going to leave Terrell and Kurt London alone on the inside. Holloway now had enough. Pulls a bat from under the ring, and just swinging wildly with that foreign object. Big tombstone pile driver, and that was right onto that Louisville Slugger. And all three competitors just giving their all in this match here. Holloway going for a little bit of trickery here.
Give up. Yes. 1, 2.
Once again, another count of 2. Terrell, big Sambo suplex, and now one-on-one with London. Just absolutely gorgeous series of suplexes from Terrell. But once again, this triple threat contest, it's so difficult to secure a pinfall. Big diving elbow. But looks like all three of these competitors just trying to figure out exactly what they want to do. Yes! Kurt London. Absolutely spectacular acrobatics. Holloway trying to get the crowd involved here. He locks on that face lock to Terrell. And Kurt London just going to let Terrell sit in that hold. Standing Shiranui, hitting Terrell with the greatest maneuver since sliced bread. Terrell just devastating Emerald Flosion. And London is out on his feet. Both competitors going for those low drop kicks, neither able to find their mark. Gut wrench, spin out power bomb from Holloway, but still, there's nobody clearly has the upper hand in this contest. Absolutely gorgeous West Coast pop from Kurt London. Terrell possibly going for that flashing elbow, but Holloway cuts him off. And shining axe kick from London, but now he is one-on-one with Holloway. And all three men are down. Kurt London to his feet first, but he is dazed. And that's going to create an opportunity for Terrell and James. Terrell slamming Holloway to the mat, but Holloway now reversing, gains the upper hand. Spin out power bomb. Holloway possibly setting up for something off the apron, but Terrell now the one to cut him off. Another big burning hammer, and this time it is Kurt London rolling to the outside, protecting himself from a pinning predicament. Big shining enziguri and leaping facebuster from Kurt London. And another shining enziguri just cracking the back of the skull of Terrell, and Terrell is dazed. Terrell pulling Holloway out of the way, not allowing Kurt London connect. Big backslide, and Holloway having none of that. Drop kick right to the side, breaking up that pin before it even has a chance. Holloway signaling that he wants this match to be over. He's looking for that Persona 450, but first, massive shot to the head with that foreign object, and now swinging right across the back of Terrell. Pinning predicament, Holloway is down. That could be it right there, and it is. And Kurt London getting a pinfall victory on the champ. As I said, Terrell has still not had a singles match since he has won that title. And clearly the ring rust is showing on him. But on the subject of people vying for Terrell's title, Sterling, the most obvious candidate for #1 contender, going to be going head-to-head in singles action with Tyler this evening. Of course, shortly after this, like immediately following this match, will be the Battle Royal to determine who will be facing Mag.Lo in the Mag.Lo Open Challenge tonight. So, would like you guys to start figuring out exactly who you want to see in that match. But right now, we've got Sterling, Tyler, one-on-one, and that's right now. Making his way to the ring. Just an absolute mountain of a man. Going up against Tyler. Tyler, another competitor. Kind of struggling to find his place. Of course, was briefly tagged with Nick Vidala. Nick Vidala, of course, moving over to run Nick's wrestling organization. Kind of leaving Tyler in the cold here. However, a victory over Sterling would be an immediate bounce back if such a thing were possible. Sterling shooting Tyler into the ropes. Tyler extremely evasive, but unable to get around that shoulder block. Big backdrop from Tyler here. Sterling unconcerned, just swinging wildly with those headbutts, those big boots, but Sovat kick, X marks the spot, but Sterling responding back, tombstone pile driver, bringing out the big guns early in this contest here. And leg drop to the back of the head as Tyler shoots Sterling into that corner turnbuckle. And delivers repeated kicks to the chest and the face of Sterling. Big elbow drop here. Kick square in the chest from Sterling. You gotta figure Sterling is looking past Tyler here. Hold on, just oh my God. Just absolutely devastating. Trying to break the fingers of his opponent. But Sterling has had his eyes on Terrell's title for weeks now. I've got to imagine he sees this match as little more than a tune-up going into that contest. Tyler shooting Terrell to the outside and taking just a moment to breathe in the center of the ring. Sterling measuring him with the jab and an elbow to the crown, but Tyler now backbreaker, shifting momentum a little bit as he hits that guillotine right to the back. Beautiful standing moonsault, 2, but only 2. Tyler able to kick out. Now Terrell, or Sterling rather, trying to choke the life out of Tyler. Trying to get over with this match as quickly as possible. And there, those signature open hand slaps. Followed by a big headbutt now, running the ropes. Of course, we saw the Worzallas competing earlier tonight. All those maneuvers right out of Chris Worzallas' playbook there. Now once again running the ropes for another patented elbow drop. 1, 2. Tyler barely able to get a shoulder up at the last possible moment. But that, Sterling ducking that enziguri and just showing that he is the dominant force in this contest here. And devastating lariat, but Tyler still has a little bit of fight left in him. Goes for the cover, possibly out of desperation, only getting a 1 count from Harada. Will connect with that body slam, goes for the mount. Transitions right into that figure 4 leg lock. He wants this match to be over, but Sterling powering out of that hold. And once again, repeated open palm strikes, but Tyler able to reverse whatever Sterling had in store for him, but still dazed after that offensive effort. Big belly-to-belly overhead suplex, shooting Tyler into that blue Gatorade corner. Super kick! Cover, 1, 2, but only 2. As Sterling able to kick out. Big cutter, and Tyler once again going for the cover here. You can see the desperation, how badly Tyler wants to get through this match, but this has got to be a giant choke slam, planting Tyler into the mat. Cover, 1, 2. But no, only 2. Somehow Tyler found that inner strength to kick out of that pinfall predicament. And this is now anybody's match here. I was certain that chokeslam was going to be enough to put Tyler away, but clearly it was not. Cover, 1, 2. And Tyler seems to have found a second wind out of nowhere. Tyler now going up top.
All right, baby!
And big diving elbow, but Sterling able to get a foot on that bottom rope. Big emerald explosion from Sterling, and Sterling once again goes for the cover. And I think this match is starting to become a little bit more than both competitors have bargained for, as they are hitting each other with everything they've got at this point in the match. Tombstone, Tyler reverses Tombstone pile driver of his own. Pulling Sterling into the center of the ring. And going up top, could be going for that diving elbow. And X marks the spot as he plants an elbow directly into Sterling's chest. And that was nearly enough right there, folks. But Sterling now responding back. Giant choke slam and crushing Tyler into the mat. I gotta say, I don't know what Dave is thinking on that one. That match was wild. But Sterling, once again, running over another opponent on his path to challenge Terrell for that heavyweight title. But certainly Tyler, maybe not as lost as we had believed going into this match, as he put up one hell of a fight against one of Blake's House's most fierce competitors. But let us go ahead. Of course, we are about to get into the Battle Royal to determine the opponent of Mag.Lo in tonight's Mag.Lo Open Challenge. So if you guys don't mind, start suggesting some names. Yes, Alphonso, you did wrestle. You wrestled in the opener. Generally speaking, you're going to be the opening match while your character is in Japan, as we follow you live via satellite. Let's see. Just give me just a moment here. But, yeah, if you guys want to suggest some names for who is going to be in the Mag.Lo Battle Royal. Let's see. Let's see here. Give me just a moment. All right, yeah, hold on a second. I'm doing something on the other end. I only have one of those names, Blake. Let me see here. And hold on a second. Sorry about that, I had something else going on there. Alright, I am gonna veto Blake because he is canonically not scheduled for tonight's show. But definitely get some of these names in. And Matt is somebody we have not seen in a little while. But that's still going to leave 4 more names we can pick from. We can certainly do that. I'm certain I've got a Dusty somewhere. Let's see. If he's not in 80s WCW, he's probably, let's see. Alright, we do have Dusty. I don't think I've got a Ron Simmons that is not Farouk, but I certainly have at least one Farouk, probably two. If that's going to work for you. Let's see. We're going with APA Farouk. And let me see if I've got a Luger. Let's see. Actually, I don't think I've got a Luger in WWF or in WCW. Yeah, I do not have a Luger. Yeah, like, what I typically say in situations like this is, if there is a name that, like, you really want to see in one of the, like, audience request matches, if you can get that to me before the show so I can make sure the character you want is downloaded, I will do it. But it's kind of a pain in the ass to add a character to the game, like, while it is running. Angle? I definitely have an Angle. Actually, I have a couple Kurt Angles, I think. Alright. Cool with this lineup. No, Blake and Nick got a couple picks in, and now Blake, only one of yours was actually there. But, like, same deal with Zoe. Like, if you've got some weird characters you want to see that exist on the workshop, let me know before I go live, and I can make sure they're downloaded. Because I would bet a comical amount of money that someone has made a Johnny Bravo and uploaded them to the Steam website. Probably also a Rick Ashley. But it looks like this is going to be our 8 competitors. So let us go ahead and jump into this match. Over the top rope battle royal for the right to face Mag.Lo.
Fight!
And it looks like we are staying relatively inner promotion as Blake's House battles Blake's House, WWF battles WWF. And briefly, it was Nick's Wrestling Organization versus Nick's Wrestling Organization, but it looks like Baby Man and Ramos have changed dance partners a little bit. I was about to say, and now Matt and Nick battling it out. Two very good friends going at it head-to-head. They both know what is at stake here. Trying to challenge for a spot in tonight's semi-main event. Farouk clubbing wildly with that forearm smash to the back. And Matt Knapp trying to out-wrestle an Olympic champion. Briefly successful. Ooh, double leg takedown, but powered out of by Baby Man here. Speaking of power, power bomb and cutter from Baby Man and Farouk. As Dusty Rhodes and Princeler slugging it out in the center of the ring. Princeler dropped toe hold. But Dusty to his feet immediately. And once again, Matthew Knapp trying to wrestle an Olympic gold medalist and being relatively successful in those exchanges. We'll have to see how well that holds up as the match goes on. Wonder if Matt trying to test himself here. Dusty backslide, cover one, but only one. Big Mongolian shot from Dusty. He shoots Prinzler into that corner turnbuckle. Lift and drop from Matthew Knapp. It is still total chaos as all 8 competitors in the ring. Prinzler shot in that orange Gatorade turnbuckle. Dusty launched over the top rope, and Dusty Rhodes has been eliminated. Big double powerbomb from David, and Matthew Knapp adding injury to insult as he locks on that Kimura hold. And big pile driver here. Prinzler and Matthew Knapp back switch, backdrop, and neck breaker combination to the big man of Nick's Wrestling Organization. Kurt Angle, big body slam, and that's going to send Prinzler and Babyman to the outside, and that is 2 more eliminations. We are down to 5. Big spear from Matthew Knapp, and he's now got mount position over David. Locks on that Kimura hold, but David able to break out. Ramos picks the leg, flying knee bar, but David able to escape the hold. Another double leg takedown, and Matthew Knapp going for those mounted punches. Surprise roll-up from Matt, but it was immediately broken up. Ooh, double suplex. That could send Matt to the outside, and it does. Matthew Knapp has been eliminated. That is what is so dangerous in an over-the-top rope battle royal. If the fight does not leave the areas near the ropes, you are constantly at risk for elimination. And that is why we are less than 10 minutes into this contest with over half of the competitors eliminated. David raking Kurt Angle's face with that foreign object, but ooh, another belly-to-belly overhead suplex, and Kurt Angle just an absolute suplexing machine here.
1, 2.
Count 2. Double vertical suplex. We are down to 3. It is anyone's contest here. Right now, Farouk and Angle slugging it out center of the ring. Farouk reversing that suplex, trying to send Angle to the outside, but Farouk busted open with that foreign object there. Goes for the cover on David. 1, but only 1 as David powers out. Step up enziguri from David here. Man, so dangerous fighting Angle near the ropes here. He can very easily send you to the outside with that belly-to-belly suplex. Surprise roll-up, cover 1, but only 1 from Harada here. David possibly saving Farouk there. Wonder if that is some strategy on David's part that he does not want to go one-on-one with an Olympic gold medalist. Over that strategy seems to have backfired in this case, as Farouk and Angle both taking David on, but now they will switch dance partners as Farouk lands a hard right hand to the side of the face. Angle responding back, European uppercut. And big lariat from Farouk, goes for the cover. 1, 2, no, only 1. David still has a lot more fight left in him. Big European uppercut from Angle. And big double power bomb from David and Farouk. David double leg takedown, cross arm breaker, but Farouk able to get his hand on that bottom rope, so critical. Dominator from Farouk. If he goes for the cover here, this could be it. David once again now not allowing Farouk to score a possible elimination. This strategy may be an attempt to wear both of these competitors out. Kurt Angle working the leg of Farouk. You gotta figure he's trying to set up that angle lock.
Give up. Give
As
up.
Kurt Angle goes to repeated mounted punches, David finally able to push Angle off. As David and Farouk battling it out in the center of the ring, but Kurt Angle breaking it up. Farouk once again opportunistic cover, but only a count of 2. Farouk, slight miscalculation there, but will connect with that picture-perfect backdrop, and now Farouk has his sights set on David. David once again just raking the face with that foreign object. And another big belly-to-belly from Kurt Angle. Farouk once again with the Dominator. Goes for the cover, but David still not allowing Farouk to score that elimination. That, you gotta figure, is going to cost him back. Kurt Angle now getting control. Suplex, dropping David directly onto his neck. And another suplex, and this will eliminate Farouk. And now we will see if David's strategy is able to pay off here. Big enziguri back of the head, and David is in control. Diving elbow to the back. Angle hit with 2 different dominators over the course of this contest. You gotta figure he is extremely worn down. Step up knee strike to the side of the head. David appears to be in total control right now. And right now, David and Angle just slugging it out in that blue Gatorade turnbuckle. And David getting the upper hand. You gotta figure Angle so worn down from that repeated onslaught of Farouk. Back switch from Angle. Beautiful German suplex. But how much more does Angle have left in the tank as David is able to get to his feet at roughly the same time? David able to advance to the Mag.Lo Open Challenge. His strategy seemingly that of a madman, not allowing Farouk to score that elimination, forcing Kurt Angle to take additional punishment in those 2-on-1 situations, paying off at the end of the match as Kurt Angle was too worn down to fight David 1-on-1. You know, David fashions himself as something of a brawler, something of an enigma from time to time, but you forget he may be just as technically savvy, just as strategic as any other wrestler on the Blake's House roster. After all, it was David who would discover exactly who the identity of the boss of Nick's wrestling organization was, before I believe anyone else on the Blake's House roster was able to deduce. And that is Mag.Lo's opponent in tonight's semi-main event. But let us go ahead and keep this thing rolling here as we are going on to our next contest tonight. Zero and Antonio, both 2 highly athletic competitors, going to be going one-on-one in singles action, and that match is going to be right now. Lopez, of course, the two-time mystery champion. Walking out to the ring to the theme of Zero Lopez. Head-to-head with the persona enthusiast luchador that is Antonio Del Valle. I believe we saw both of these competitors in the build-up to the JPW special events, but I believe this will be their first time going head-to-head one-on-one. Antonio going for that big wheel kick. He looks for that so frequently in matches, but it's just coming from so wide. It's so difficult for him to find his mark, as it is so heavily scouted from his opposition. Big arm drag from Antonio here. And Zero responding back with an arm drag of his own, and then locking on that scarf hold, trying to choke the life out of Antonio. Antonio quickly breaking the hold. Now Antonio shot into the orange Gatorade turnbuckle. Antonio just swinging for the fences here, trying to shut Zero down. Ooh, big back switch and neck breaker. Zero, of course, such a technically savvy competitor. Somebody that can come at you from a lot of different ways. And I think that is very much the signature style of Zero Lopez. He wants to be comfortable in every situation and is so well practiced. But right now, Antonio, ooh, big drop kick to the side of the head. Zero responding back, sit out facebuster. And dropkick square in the chest, but Antonio to his feet immediately. Trying to get a little bit of breathing room. Rolls through one. Only one. As the two competitors now. Antonio chops versus Zero's right hand, but Antonio coming out on top in that situation. And dropkick to the side of the head once again.
Yeah.
And Antonio just showcasing that elite level quickness. Trying to outmaneuver Zero over the course of this contest. And Zero now once again trying to slow him down with that scarf hold. And Antonio able to break it up.
Yeah.
Big knee to the gut. Standing Shiranui from Antonio. Then locks on that Texas Cloverleaf. Zero able to break the hold. And now it's Zero's turn to deliver that basement drop kick. And a Pele kick to the face. Zero protecting his back. And sunset flip powerbomb. 1, 2. That was nearly it right there. I thought Zero might be going for that Puerto Rican destroyer, but does not find his mark there. Antonio, however, with that big Frankensteiner. 1, 2. And that was nearly it. Zero now in trouble. Big frog splash in honor of Antonio's Uncle Eddie, but Zero able to get up on the ropes once again, going for that Pele kick, protecting his back. Now Zero going up top. Big diving elbow, buries it right into the back of Antonio. Zero once again going up top. Elbow drop again, but Antonio rolls out of the way. And Zero in trouble, no. Possibly playing possum off of that dive. Nearly gets the pinfall victory off of that flash roll-up. And once again, Zero going that Pele kick frequently. As I said, Zero wants to be comfortable in every situation, and that includes when your opponent has got your back. Antonio getting the victory with those mounted knee strikes. And Antonio will take the victory in this contest. So we're going to be jumping right into the KOF TV title here. Let's see here. And we had a team prepared for tonight's contest, but see, that's James, Blake, and Jamel rushing gorilla position. They want a rematch against Team WWE. And it looks like this match will take place right now, folks. So let's go ahead and get right into this contest. This is possibly part of that disruption strategy that Holloway was discussing earlier on tonight's show. As there was another team ready and waiting to take on Team WWE. But Holloway, Hsien-Jo, and Blake insisting that they get their rematch. Making their way to the ring, Finn Balor, Lars Sullivan, and Cesaro. Team very narrowly defeated last week by Team JPW, or at least Team JJ Mondo. Jamel trying to gain the upper hand early against the Swiss Superman. And big kick to the gut. And Jamel in control already, but we'll have to see just how long that lasts against such a technically gifted and such a physically strong competitor that is Cesaro. Cesaro ducking that lariat, but not able to avoid the chop. Sandwich lariat from Balor and Cesaro here. Jamel briefly dazed as Balor able to get that elbow to the back of the head. And it looks like this team is going to attempt to match agility with agility. And big stomach crunching maneuver from Balor, using Hsien-Jo's own weight against him. Balor stacking Holloway up here. Balor now shot into that orange Gatorade turnbuckle here. Big arm drag from Blake, and Blake now trying to slow Finn down a little bit here. Balor building up a lot of offensive momentum, and looks like this blue Gatorade team having some difficulty figuring out what to do about it. Big kick to the gut. As Blake and Sullivan now battling it out, but in that orange Gatorade corner, so dangerous. And Blake going up top. Big frog splash in honor of his Uncle Eddie, but Sullivan able to get a hand on that bottom rope. Sullivan was the difference maker in this team the last time these teams matched up against one another. You've got to figure they want to get that early elimination if possible. Big elbow to the back of the head. Sullivan making his way back to his own corner. He's going to deny the Blue Gatorade team an opportunity to score an elimination, or at least an elimination on him, as he brings Cesaro back into this contest. Ooh, big STO and suplex, planting Cesaro into the mat. And Blake once again in the driver's seat. Blake going for that standee, trying to take his leg out from under his leg, but unable to do so. But Finn Balor back in the mix in this matchup here. And he was so effective. Ooh, big Pele kick from Blake. Blake protecting himself from those right hands of Balor, shooting him into the ropes. And Blake's spectacular display of technique and power, now running the ropes. And head scissors takedown, dropping Balor into the mat. Finn Balor responding back, vertical suplex, trying to regain some of that momentum. Balor able to break that double team maneuver up again. Such a difficult competitor to pin down. That was proven in the last time these two teams matched up, and it appears to be the case once again. Big backslide from Balor, but Holloway able to get a hand on the ropes. Both competitors having difficulty gaining the upper hand on one another. Big tombstone pile driver from Holloway, and Holloway and Cesaro staring each other down, now slugging it out, center of the ring. Both sides having a great deal of difficulty gaining the upper hand, but it looks like Cesaro, with those patented European uppercuts, will gain him the advantage in that exchange. Appears as though, at least at this point in the match, both teams trying to save their big man, as Hsien-Jo and Sullivan have both been sitting on the apron for quite some time. Big cutter from Blake here. Cover 1, 2. Only a count of 2, as Blake attempts to outmaneuver all three members of this team, and once again another big sandwich lariat. And another Pele kick from Blake, right on the money as it collides with Balor's forehead. And Blake once again rolls through one, only one, as that is going to clear out the apron of that orange Gatorade team. And Blake's significant numbers disadvantage, and it looks like that is going to be enough to get the big men off of both aprons here, but Balor once again just so difficult to pin down in a 2-on-1 situation. Big running power bomb. Hsien-Jo responding back with a big suplex and gets a count of 2 out of it. And it is absolute pandemonium in the ring. Harada has lost complete control here. STO and suplex to Finn Balor, but just as that happens, gorilla press from Sullivan and a count 2 to Hsien-Jo. Hsien-Jo able to get a foot on the top rope there. Sullivan saving Balor in that exchange. And it looks like Hsien-Jo will be making his way back to his own corner. Bring Holloway back into this. And big freak accident, but Persona 450 from Holloway. That could be enough right there. Goes for the cover. 1, 2. That was nearly enough. That Persona 450 so extremely effective. Big double vertical suplex from Balor and Sullivan. Blindside big boot from Cesaro will plant Holloway onto the mat. Holloway once again going up top. Big moonsault double stomp. And a drop kick to the knee for good measure. And Holloway once again going up top. Another moonsault double stomp. But this time Balor helping his partner out a little bit here. But Holloway just a little bit too elusive. Holloway very badly needs to get this fight away from that orange Gatorade corner if he wants to have any success in this contest. And the sharpshooter from the Swiss Superman here. Big elbow to the back. He's going to bring a fresh Blake into this contest, but Cesaro will do the same, bringing Balor into this match, and this fight once again taking place in that orange Gatorade corner. Big lung blower from Blake.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
The referee's count is at 10.
12, 13.
Blake will return to the ring. And Blake now going up top. Big frog splash, but Balor able to get a hand on the bottom rope. Such a critical point for this orange Gatorade team. And now this fight once again in that orange Gatorade corner. Big lariat from Balor. Blake taking this up top. Hold on, what's going on here? Oh my God, Blake launching Balor to the outside off of that top rope. And it is absolute chaos on the outside right now.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
Hsien-Jo possibly setting up for the ultimate Space Jam. No. It's just an absolute madness right now. Harada has absolutely lost control. But seems entirely unbothered by that fact at this point in the contest. Big delay vertical suplex, showing off that spectacular athletic ability that Cesaro has. Crossface from Cesaro, that could be it. Blake able to make the save. Big spine buster from Cesaro. And once again now going into that patented giant swing. And Blake able to break it up. Tombstone pile driver from Holloway. Holloway signaling he's looking for the 450, but Cesaro able to get that drop toe hold. And big backdrop just planting Holloway on his neck. Holloway now shooting Cesaro to the outside. And Cesaro now bringing a foreign object into this contest as Harada starts his count. And Blue Thunder Bomb, but not quite enough to put him away, even on the steel chair. Holloway electing to bring Hsien-Jo into this match. And once again, vertical suplex onto the steel chair from Hsien-Jo this time. I don't know how Cesaro has anything left. Neutralizer onto the chair. Hsien-Jo is out. super kick from Holloway. Big drop kick to knee from Holloway here. Now going up top, moonsault, double stomp to the back. Holloway trying to figure out exactly how he's going to deal with Sullivan at this point in this contest. Big body press from Sullivan. And a monster lariat. Cover. 1, 2, 3 count fall. Sullivan has been eliminated. Both big men from both teams are out of this contest. It is anybody's match now, folks. Big jawbreaker from Holloway, and going for the neutralizer once again. It connects, but it looks like it's taken so much out of Cesaro. Big lung blower from Blake. Goes for the cover. 1, 2, 3 count fall. And another lung blower from Blake. And another cover. 1, 2, 3 count fall. Blake reversing course. And possibly Holloway's Grandmaster plan to disrupt this program. Forcing their way into this KOF TV title match. And scoring 2 clutch eliminations. Blake with that devastating lung blower. As an aside, just breaking character for a moment, the neutralizer on the chair spot was absolutely outrageous. Like, sometimes this game fucks you with the random dice rolls, and sometimes this game gives you that. Because that was just fantastic. Like, rip to Jamel, hopefully he is doing okay, but that was a ridiculous spot. And racism was defeated. So while we can't condone the actions of this team of James, Hsien-Jo, and Blake, you can't argue with results. So, as we're winding down here, we just have a couple more matches left. A couple more matches left in tonight's contest. We have got 2 blue chippers from 2 separate promotions here. As we have COLBY going head-to-head with the Cyborg in singles action. COLBY, of course, you'll remember from getting to the finals of the JPW #1 Contenders Tournament, the Cyborg, a little bit bitter he was unable to compete in that tournament. And looking to test himself against COLBY. We will see how well the Cyborg is able to fare in singles action as we are getting into that match right now. Actually, before I do that, something I want to do, let me make sure, because I will forget this later, that elimination is turned off. And now, we're getting into that match. Colby, of course, the maddest competitor. Surely very mad that he was unable to compete for that JPW championship, particularly after seeing D-Mob's performance in that match. But right now we've got the Cyborg, and JPW has once again brought their lighting and sound team. As you can see, the arena is lit in the colors of the Cyborg. The man from the year 2100, a literal wrestling machine. Colby picking the leg of the Cyborg. And big spine buster. And Colby starting out strong. We saw that same aggression early on from Colby in the JPW #1 Contenders Tournament. And that same aggression got him to the finals. We'll have to see if that same level of success will continue over the course of this contest. Swinging wildly with those haymakers, mounted punches to the top of the Cyborg, but the Cyborg pushing him off so quickly. Big leg drop from the Cyborg. And now it is the Cyborg delivering that giant swing. Showcasing the raw power in that frame. But Colby seems undeterred, unconcerned, unbothered by the wrestling machine that he's going up against in tonight's contest. Delivers a hard shot to the groin of the Cyborg, but the Cyborg just keep coming after you. As those red eyes mean that he is target locked. Wants to put Colby away in this contest. Ooh, rolling elbow, but sidestepped by the Cyborg. Cyborg bringing this fight a little bit closer to one of the corners. Possibly trying to set up some corner offense here, but Colby able to reverse position and gain the upper hand. Colby now going for the cover one, but only one. Now reversing course, possibly setting up. No, maybe a little bit too early to go for that atomic lariat. Right now is delivering repeated punches once again to the Cyborg, but the Cyborg to his feet. And deadlift German suplex. Colby a fingertip on the bottom rope. Colby running elbow to the back. Cyborg forearm smash, and now the Cyborg in control. And sit out lariat, and the Cyborg not finished. Running the ropes once again, and shotgun drop kick right into the face. And once, twice, 3 fisherman suplexes, planting Colby on his neck. Colby now able to connect with that rolling forearm. But the Cyborg still able to get back to his feet. Rolls through, cover 1, 2. Count 2. Cyborg now up top and corkscrew just directly into Colby there. And once again, but this time, Colby rolls out of the way, but slips on that bottom rope. Maybe a little bit more worn down than he wants us to believe in this contest. Another diving corkscrew, but Colby able to get a hand on the bottom rope there. Colby and the Cyborg just slugging it out once again. I don't know who I like more in this strike contest. As a man fueled by rage goes head-to-head against a wrestling machine, but right now, Colby seems to have the upper hand once again in this contest. Another rolling elbow. You gotta figure, when is Colby looking to set up that atomic lariat? Big back body drop with the Cyborg to his feet immediately. And big brainbuster, and wait, Cyborg's not finished. Running the ropes. And Tope Suicida directly into the announce desk.
6, 7.
And Colby doing the deal. Nobody kicks out of the Falcon Arrow, but fortunately for the Cyborg on the outside. Hold on just a moment here. Blazing Tornado and plants Colby
13,
into the mats on the outside, and the Cyborg is fired up.
17.
Colby finding his mark with that steel chair as he blindsides the Cyborg with that hard shot to the head. But the Cyborg still coming. Cyborg now going up top. Oh my God! Massive slam here. And Colby caught in the time warp, and that is going to be it. The crowd trying to get behind Colby, but just a little bit too late. As the Cyborg able to take out some of his frustrations that he was snubbed for the selection process of that JPW heavyweight tournament. As Colby was stuffed into the back seat of a 1985 DeLorean and put into the time warp for that 3-count fall. Of course, as I mentioned, the Mag.Lo Open Challenge, tonight's semi-main event. Give me just a moment. We can prepare for that. Yeah, I gotta say, like, it looks like Colby was, like, way on top early, but then the Cyborg battled back, like, and it could have gone either way. Like, really happy with that match overall. Let's see. But give me just a moment here.
Let's see. All right, yeah, sorry about that, guys. But you saw David Clement somehow, some way, exercising strategies that no one could have imagined going into that match. Found his hand raised in the Mag.Lo Battle Royal. And he will be taking on Mag.Lo in the Mag.Lo Open Challenge. And that match is right now. Mag.Lo walking out to the theme of Mag.Lo, team found at maglo.bandcamp.com. Putting the team that is Blake's house on his back. But he is going head to head with an enigma of a competitor. A man that does not just think outside the box. There is no box when it comes to David Clement. So we're going to have to see exactly how Mag.Lo is able to respond to that over the course of this contest. David shot, or Mag.Lo shot into that corner turnbuckle. Clubbing blow to the back from Mag.Lo. Mag.Lo goes for the cover early, but David able to power out. Big DDT from David. David, of course, possibly, well, I would say worn down from the Battle Royal, but David picked and chose his spot so extremely carefully that he is coming in more fresh than probably most Mag.Lo Battle Royal competitors have. Big step up in Sagiri. Kick right to the side of the head, and David now locking on that cross arm breaker. Spoke so highly of his strategy in the Battle Royal. I'm curious exactly what his plan to bring Mag.Lo down is here. And it looks like he's going to be working the arm over the course of this contest. Trying to take away that raw power that is the clothesline from Bretton Woods. Whatever it may be, David in control right now. Mag.Lo responding back, elbow to the face, and a 1-2 punch. But David reverses course for that big DDT, planting Mag.Lo right on that Tekken 7 logo. David shooting the poison mist into the eyes of Mag.Lo. He's may have issues with his vision for the remainder of this contest. David, package pile driver. David is absolutely putting everything he's got into this match, and we aren't even 5 minutes into this contest yet. Big flying hip attack from Mag.Lo. And David now once again going to that arm. Ooh, Mag.Lo goes for the dropkick, does not find its mark, but will with the clothesline from Bretton Woods. But bad luck for Mag.Lo. He's been holding that dropkick for about 5 minutes. And it looks like he's going to have to start fresh. Big double arm DDT from Mag.Lo. And Michinoku driver number 2, but David answers back. Mongolian chops to the side of the head. And David once again in the driver's seat. But Mag.Lo rolling out of the way of that diving elbow. And Mag.Lo now getting fired up.
David trying to rally the crowd, but it looks like the crowd is not on his side over the course of this contest. They want to see Mag.Lo. Mag.Lo nearly pinned there, but the crowd able to keep him in this contest. But for how much longer? David seems to have had his number for this entire contest. Ooh, clothesline from Bretton Woods. Lift and drop onto the side of his head, but David immediately to his feet. Big Samoan drop from Mag.Lo. Right into a football-style tackle. And once again, another double underhook powerbomb, but this time Mag.Lo kicking out at 2. Mag.Lo driver goes for the cover. Is that enough? 1, 2. No, not even close. Now standing and banging with David, it's so dangerous. You're playing his game, and that is a game that he will win. Rolls through, cover. 1, 2. But only a count of 2. David now getting fired up here, shooting Mag.Lo into that corner turnbuckle. Mag.Lo powers his way out. Possibly going for another one of those double underhook power bombs, but this time Mag.Lo breaks out of it, but David cuts him off before he can get any more offense in. David, another big package pile driver, but Mag.Lo is not done. Clothesline from Bretton Woods. Goes for the cover. 1, 2. Oh, David barely able to kick out. Big Samoan drop, but now Mag.Lo putting David into that corner turnbuckle. Mag.Lo forced to the outside. David standing alone in the center of the ring as Mag.Lo catches his breath on the outside. David once again shooting that poison mist, but this time not quite finding his mark. But David to his feet so quickly after that takedown. Somehow David seems to have found his second wind over the course of this contest. Big DDT, center of the ring. And another package pile driver. That's gotta be it. Goes for the cover. 1, 2, 3 count fall. And David, the master strategist, besting both the Mag.Lo Battle Royal and Mag.Lo in the same night. I'll say that was another match that I did very much enjoy. Like, a lot of back and forth in that match. But we are about to get into tonight's main event. Mr. Smith and Mr. Adams of the firm have held the Blake's House Tag Team titles for quite a while. However, I believe this is their first official defense. And they are going head-to-head with Nick's Wrestling Organization's own Sins Brothers. Let us not waste any more time. Let's go ahead and get right into this contest. And the Sins brothers walking to the ring to the theme of Mixed Wrestling Organization. James and Dean Sins. Two excellent grapplers. This is going to be another battle of styles making the fight here. It's grapplers versus brawlers. And we're going to have to see exactly how these styles fit together in this contest. But I would say most recently, Mr. Adams and Mr. Smith of the Firm have been tested. It may have been a non-title contest, but that match against Robert Walsh and John Newton was an all-out war. You gotta figure they are more than prepared to take on anybody after that contest. Big clubbing blow to the back from Mr. Smith. James Sins thumb to the eye, trying to gain the upper hand here. Now, of course, I said that the Firm are brawlers, but that is not to discount just their raw power. As you saw from Mr. Smith with that gorilla press, big forearm smash, and Mr. Smith unconcerned about the 2-on-1 odds. He is battling his way through this blue Gatorade corner. Big elbow to the back. And Mr. Smith just looking absolutely dominant. Now it is Mr. Adams who is in control here, taking on Dean Sins. Big double axe handle to the back. As I said, the Firm more recently and more thoroughly tested, and that seems to be showcasing itself thus far in this contest. Big back body drop from Mr. Smith, and now he locks on that chin lock here. And once again, we have the Sins brothers trying to keep this a 2-on-1 contest, trying to keep this fight in that blue Gatorade corner, but thus far, the Firm has been able to succeed despite those 2-on-1 numbers advantages. Big rolling knee bar. You know just how effective the Sins brothers are with those submissions holds. Big flying shoulder block from Mr. Adams here. Goes to a dropkick to knee, doesn't quite find its mark. Inside cradle, but Mr. Smith able to kick out. Big flying knee drop, but James Sins rolling out of the way as Mr. Smith comes crashing down to the mat. And the story of this match continues to manifest as the Sins brothers get the fight into their own corner, but the Firm continue to be able to outmaneuver the Sins brothers and avoid these 2-on-1 situations. Big snap suplex from Mr. Smith. Dean Sins, not quite finding his mark with that headbutt, but Will with that eye rake there. Trying to get underneath those glasses of the Firm. Seems to be fairly effective. And big knee drop to the lower abdomen and another Dean Sins not keeping his eye on his opponent, and that is an unwise move as Mr. Smith now in control. But will elect to tag James Sins into this contest. And high and low, Mr. Smith caught in the unblockable. You can't avoid these 2-on-1 situations forever, rolling through, but Mr. Smith able to kick out immediately. Big hip toss. An even bigger back body drop. James Sins seems to have found some momentum now, locking on a chokehold. Harada starting his count. Looks like Mr. Smith going back into his own corner, just taking a moment to breathe as he creates some distance between himself and his opponent. Big Northern Lights suplex right into a cross arm breaker. And Mr. Adams in trouble, but able to break the hold. This time, Mr. Adams able to escape that double team situation, but not able to escape this inside cradle. But for one, and there is that natural brawling ability of the Firm showcasing itself. He blocked that flying knee strike with his body, and Mr. Adams continued to deliver punishing blows with those heavy right hands. That is a style of fighting that, let's say, the Sins brothers, that is not in their regular repertoire. I don't know how much experience they have against just naturally gifted strikers. But that is a situation of this Styles matchup at least being made to work to the Firm's advantage thus far in this match. Big shoulder block. Big cutter from James Sins, but Mr. Smith able to get the upper hand there. Absolutely devastating powerbomb, but too close to that blue Gatorade corner. And now Dean Sins just grinding that elbow into the side of the head of Mr. Adams there. James Sins unable to cut Mr. Adams off. He will be able to make the tag. And just chops to the side of the head, not even electing to aim for the chest. Again, the Firm so well practiced in dealing with these 2-on-1 situations. Devastating lariat as Dean Sins just crumbles to the mat. Dean double leg takedown. Delivers just repeated forearm smashes to the side of the head, but Dean still in trouble here, but 2 back elbows to the face. And 1 for good measure from Mr. Smith now, and once again going to that takedown maneuver. And here is the wrestling ability of the Sins brothers on full display here. This is the kind of fight they need it to be. Hold on just a moment here. The ultimate disrespect. Dean Sins hitting Mr. Smith with his own finishing hold and nearly getting a pinfall victory off of it. Uchigaroshi from Dean Sins. And this time, Mr. Smith unable to avoid that numbers disadvantage. That 2-on-1 situation making itself very difficult for him, but Mr. Smith able to get back to his own corner, creating another opportunity for the Firm. Then big fall-away slam from the big man, Mr. Adams, who rolls through Kimura hold. Mr. Adams powering out of it all on his own. Big chin lock from James Sins here. gotta say, like, I've been speaking to the savvy of the firm over the course of this contest, but so much of this fight has taken place in that blue Gatorade corner, and you've got to figure that's what cost the firm this match. As the Sins brothers were able to choose where the fights took place and were able to secure the victory, gaining Blake's House Tag Team Gold. Sometimes it's like that. But that is going to conclude the canonical portion of tonight's show. Of course, we can stay tuned for the dark match. We can kind of hang out in the chat and discuss the show as it happened. Let's see. So what are y'all thinking with what is available to work with here? There was. Like, I definitely maintain that the fight being so far away from the firm's corner, I think is what cost them that match. Want Mr. Fuji? All right. We've got a lot of options on the left side of the screen. Although I'm pretty sure everyone on that side has been in a match on Blake's House TV. But yeah, we can do Jordan versus Fuji. I'm cool with that. So, yeah, let's go ahead and get into this, and we can kind of talk about... It is also an Asian match. So there were 3 separate matches on that card where I would like to have had a run-in happen, and it did not. But credit to Gatekeeper for suggesting the audible where we have the Dark Hour stable like take over the KOF TV title match. It was the Blake's House versus Blake's House, all 3 Blake's House versus Blake's House matches. Because it still advances the story of that stable being disruptive. It's just, it is not disruptive in the way I was planning them on being disruptive when I wrote the show. Because I did legit have a different team planned for that match, but then interference didn't happen in 2 of the matches that I wanted. So I'm like, you know what, I'm just going to say that they stole somebody's spot, and that was Holloway's plan all along. Blake's House did finally defeat racism. So, I think that's Blake's House 2, racism 1. So I think 2 out of 3 we won. But overall, pretty happy with how the card played out. Feel like I got to advance some of the things I wanted to do this week. Yeah, and like that's on me for not really referencing them or using them in that match. Because I did see that, yeah, these guys are like toughs from like Chicago. Oh, definitely. Like I didn't want to start setting up like the Mixed Wrestling Organization #1 contendership event this week, because I think that's too early coming immediately off the JPW event. But as well as the like other matches we talked about in the Discord as well. Although I think everyone that is in the Twitch chat is probably in that Discord, at least everybody that's active. But kind of tried to set that up in the Sterling versus Tyler match. And Tyler actually came out of that match a lot better than I expected he would. Like, I genuinely believed that Tyler was going to get run over by Sterling. But that was a really, really good match. Yeah. Like, I think were it not for the cool shit that happened in the KOF Trios match, Tyler versus Sterling might have been my match of the night. But the neutralizer on a chair spot was just very cool. That was absolutely a holy shit spot. I do enjoy this move. Yeah, I already edited all your guys to walk out to that music. But I still haven't gotten priority attacks edited for like all the guys we rebalance. But like the rebalanced versions are like the ones that are on my roster now. But I definitely do need to make some AI edits to some characters that now, like, kind of need it. Big gory especial from Jordan. I really need to make Jordan's, like, suit jacket and such matte, because right now it looks like he's wearing like a weird like latex suit or something. Because like seeing him next to Mr. Fuji, like Jordan just kind of looks weird. Yeah, like it is definitely, it like does not look like a cloth suit. Damn, Jordan going with that patented bear hug back to back. Full leather suit does sound miserable. Mr. Fuji shooting Jordan on the outside.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, like, I'm pretty sure Fuji is managers here, although Fuji did bust Jordan open pretty early. So yeah, this is a better match than I was expecting it to be. Like, pretty even thus far. Until Jordan locks on that Fujiwara armbar. See, that is the commentator's curse. You notice something that's happening, and then the state of the game immediately challenges you on that. But I believe that is going to conclude tonight's show. Actually, let me see if I can find you guys something to watch. As always, we do this Blake's House Wrestling every Sunday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Trying to think if this upcoming Sunday, if anything weird is going to happen with the holiday. I should be streaming next Sunday. Additionally, myself, Blake, Worzallas, and Brandon will likely be streaming MechWarrior 5 on Wednesday at some point. Who knows when that is exactly. Anything else beyond that? Certainly no guarantees, but hope you enjoyed what you saw tonight, and tune in next week and every week after that. But I believe that is going to be all for tonight. Thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you guys down the road.